You ready, Nick? Let's get him.
Converted to MP3, right?
Right.
All right. So, do you care to introduce yourself? You can use an alias if you want. You got an alias?
TT.
All right, TT. Appreciate having you. This is a episode that's exclusively available on Gully TV's The Dribble Podcast, available on all streaming sites. I need you to speak up. I know you can be vocal. Anyway, tell me what it is that you do best.
So I'm a hairdresser. My technical title is a concierge hairstylist.
A concierge? What?
So I come to you. So they fly me out to take care of specialties.
Oh, you're a stylist.
I'm a stylist.
Do you have any celebrity clientele that you dealt with?
I do.
Explain.
I deal a lot in the athletic field because I deal with big swing trauma hair, and a lot of athletes have trauma to their hair because of sports.
Yeah.
So helmets,
sweating,
yeah, all of the above.
Okay. Any clientele that name worthy?
Of course, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller.
For real?
Yes.
For the Broncos?
Yes.
So what you did?
KJ Hamler.
I thought Von Miller was bald headed.
I've worked in his camp.
Okay.
So.
All right. Who else you say?
KJ Hamler.
Yeah.
Jadon. Oh, he's gonna kill me. I forgot his last name, but he plays for the Bucks, I think. I know he won the Super Bowl. So Jay, I'm so sorry.
You can't remember his name. He ain't no
Mix. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jay.
All right. I'm sticking to my thesis. My hypothesis. My educated guess. If you can't remember his name, the nigga ain't no good.
Oh, he's an amazing player. I'm just horrible with names, so don't do me.
In an early conversation, you revealed that you did something to Troy Ave. You cut Troy Ave hair?
I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What it was like?
It was fun.
Was that before he got into that trouble that he was in?
I'm not sure what the trouble is, but it was about, he would have first came to Colorado about 6 years ago, 6 years ago.
Okay. So,
before he had hair, actually. So, yeah.
You a Colorado native?
I am a Colorado native.
Tell me about Colorado. I've been out there a few times recently. I don't see a lot of Negroes.
We're out there. It's just a big melting pot.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of everything, and everyone's a little bit of everywhere. And right. Colorado's a big state, so.
Okay. You actually, you do print model? Is that what?
I do model as well.
Okay. How long you been modeling?
5 years.
Is modeling a piece of shit industry like the hip hop business?
Yes.
There's a lot of pieces of shit in hip hop.
Yes.
I'm in the hip hop and the entertainment realm. A lot of fucking low vibrational shit goes on.
There is some shenanigans that goes on, but modeling's like being a rapper, and no one buys your mixtape until they buy it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So what would a model consider a big break?
A huge campaign.
Oh yeah? What
Absolutely.
would a company like Victoria's Secret or some shit like
Victoria's Secret, Dior, Louis, any name brand or commercial company.
Yeah. Did the extinction of urban magazines affect the modeling industry? So I remember when there was a lot of magazines out, Vibe, Source, XXL, Murder Dog. The magazines were full of gorgeous models and shit like that. Did they do anything to replace that
market
platform or market? Yeah.
No. Once the magazines left, entertainment kind of switched to your phone, so everything's internet now. So it's harder to get on those platforms because it's so oversaturated with every pretty face.
Yeah.
And not every pretty face can model. And there's more to modeling than just being pretty. So it's it gets hard in the streets.
How did the cosmetic surgery game affect modeling?
Oh, tremendously.
For real?
Because now the idea of beauty was already so high. And now that everybody has this idea that you have to look like everybody. So everybody's getting the same surgery, so everybody looks alike. So it's hard to distinct.
Curves is in now, right?
Yes, thankfully.
Right.
But they're not in the modeling world.
I'll tell you something that I've noticed. If you watching television and you see a newscaster and shit like that, or a woman on the news, they more than likely got some hips and shit on their ass. You think that they're choosing specific women to be on television? Like if you watch a commercial, you could just watch a regular commercial, JCPenney's or anything like that. And in the 80s, the women that would be on there, they wouldn't have no extraordinary figure. But now, they gonna be thick. Even if it's a white chick.
Yes. Well, because before it was very much the European style. Everything was cut thin and small, but it still is like that. Like if you really go deep into the modeling industry, it is very, they like them thin, because if you're a model, you have to fit those sample sizes. They're not going to have options in a rack. It's, we made it in this size, and it's usually a smaller form. The larger form is now very Americanized, and Europeans are just embracing it.
Okay, so the big booty shit, that's some American shit.
It's 50-50, because you got to think Tyra came out of, she didn't become popular until the Europeans loved her.
I'm glad you mentioned her, because I was watching a documentary the other day on modeling, and Kadeem Hardison's mother, I forget her name, but she's huge in the modeling. She did a lot for black women as far as modeling and shit. She was a mentor for a lot of models that exploded, but it was a portion of the documentary that was saying how Tyra Banks was one of the models who went on to make money from all angles outside of the actual catwalk and shit like that.
Absolutely.
All right. And it was Tyra was explaining that the turning point was she was somewhere with her mother, and I guess, I don't know, they was trying to bust a move and shit, and her mother was like, yo, they gonna accept you as you is. Like, you ain't gonna be out here starving yourself to death and shit, trying to conform with what they got going on. So what they did was they took down a list of everybody who would deal with her, with her big bouncing titties, and, you know, well, are you aware of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's the pioneer?
Honestly, yeah.
For real?
Because there weren't too many voluptuous models.
Yeah.
And honestly, no one really accepted Tyra until the Europeans did.
Yeah.
And that was thankful. And she definitely pioneered the way for a lot of us.
When you say that Europeans did, what you mean? People in Europe or Caucasians?
People in Europe. So, like, she hit big overseas, which most models do. Once you hit overseas, then you're loved in America.
Oh, yeah? So what exactly did she do that was groundbreaking overseas? What was her big break?
She whopped.
Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, like, she became Victoria's Secret's face, and that is hard. Because you're now what every girl is going to think of when you think of Victoria's Secret. For years, like when you saw Victoria's Secret, you thought of Tyra straight out. Because she had everything. She had the body that every girl dreamed of and wanted, but not realistic.
Right. It was other models on this documentary that was younger than her, and they was all saying how much they looked up to her and how she was like the Michael Jordan to them. This is what they was literally saying, and they was speaking about, they was like, oh, we used to, you know, all be in front of the TV watching America's Next Top Model. That was her show? Yeah, because she showed the other side of modeling. She showed it's more than just being pretty, and that you actually have to put forth an effort. So she definitely set a standard to say, like, you can be anything and anybody and look any type of way. You don't have to be voluptuous. You just have to have the skill behind it. Yeah. Okay. I've seen documentaries where, did you see the Abercrombie and Fitch documentary?
I did not.
The Abercrombie and Fitch has a documentary, and the CEO, he was on some shit similar to Puffy in regards to having the freak off parties and shit like that, right?
Okay.
And Abercrombie and Fitch was basically scantily clad, college-age white boys with their shirt off and their pants hung low and shit like that. And I guess he was touching these dudes, and it was sexual assaults and shit like that. Is that something that's present in the modeling game?
Very much so. Very much so.
People, scouts, cameramen, like give me some real life experience. I need some dirt.
I'm not gonna say no names.
All right.
But there's always somebody trying to get something, and they will use your dream to get whatever they want. So they will entice you with photographers. So personal experience. Let's talk about it. So I had a photographer and a magazine owner.
Mm-hmm.
And they invited me out to California with this big dream, this big campaign they were promising me. All like lights, stars, all the things. They were promising me the big dream. Mm-hmm. I get out there, I checked into my hotel. Maybe 15 minutes later, I get a knock on the door. The owner of the magazine comes in and he's...